This week with the Morning Q crew.
Q93's Alexandria's #1 hit music station. And recently, Lifehacker put out an article saying not to store your medicine in your medicine cabinet.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do this in the long term. Maybe you can do it here occasionally, put it in and out, but you don't want to just leave it in there, especially because it's in the same room as your shower and the humidity and everything. Personally, I love to take hot showers. Some people, maybe it's not an issue if you're taking cold showers, but the majority of people in the morning, I would venture to say, are going to be taking a hot shower, and the high humidity shortens the shelf life and it become less potent. So medicine cabinets aren't really the best place to keep your medicine due to that humidity. And then it also affects some other things. It affects your makeup. It's gonna.
What I'm gonna do now?
Yeah,
Brandon?
What are we gonna do? We can't beat our face with all that niceness. It makes that bacteria grow at a higher rate. Your spare razor blades, this one does affect us. It can cause rust or dull the blades before you've even used them.
Even if you put like the little plastic thing that covers it.
Hey, I'm just the messenger. I'm not the scientist. Your teeth whitening gel.
Oh no.
Oh no. And then last but not least is your painted wood furniture. Heat and humidity cause the wood to expand, so eventually the paint will start cracking and flaking off.
Yeah,
so it affects a lot of stuff.
My bathroom's right next to my bedroom. It's pretty much together. So.
It's got to affect like towels and stuff as well. For instance, at my home, we have like decorative towels. If you just leave those in there all the time, that's got to kind of affect those as well and have some type of, not mildew, but make it smell sometimes. I don't know.
That musk smell.
Even if you're not using them, I'm sure you've got to put them through the washer in there.
Even if you have a vent, I guess that is considered the case,
I can't stand showering with that vent on because it's so loud and it sounds like the ceiling's gonna come through.
It is, but you know what? It stops your whole house from fogging up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
And your walls and your paint and your medicine cabinet.
Anytime I've ever used one of those vents, I feel as though it does nothing. It just makes noise.
It does. It's not that effective, to be honest with you, because I'm like you. I like a hot shower, and I have it's smoking in that shower.
But they say that cold showers are supposed to be better for you.
Yeah, well, I'm not into that.
I guess we're gonna be pretty unhealthy, especially if our medicine is not going to be as potent from being in the medicine cabinet.
Well, you know, I'm like almost 30 years old, and I have always lived this way, and my medicine always seems to work.
It's too late to change.
I'm still alive.
It's too late to change.
It's too late now. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. We're going to talk about how the internet fell for this fake product here in a little bit, thanks to AI, because it's taken over the world. But let's talk about this stupid video you keep showing me that's clearly fake as well.
Okay, it's not fake. So there's this guy, and he's standing to some type of motorized engine or something of that nature, and there is a turning, not rope, but line, if you will, that is being pushed through this motorized thing, and it catches his foot, and he gets pulled on top of it, and it tenses, and it shoots him up, and it looks a little bit ragdoll-esque. It doesn't look super real because
I think the word you're looking for is animated.
It is not animated.
It looks so fake.
It's literal street cam footage, and he like shoots up into the air, and he falls on some lady. It's a crazy video, but nonetheless,
street cam footage that looks like it was taken with a razor phone.
Well, do you expect a street cam to what do you want it to be 4,000 megapixels or something?
But I would like the person that's soaring in the air and tackling someone to not
he gets
be
thrown.
animated. It's fake. It doesn't even look like a human body.
Dude,
it's all thin and stuff.
You're just mad
fake.
because it's such a crazy video. It's hard to believe and you can't wrap your head around it. But some people, they were able to wrap their head around this fake product called Baby Mute that went viral this week. It's a mask that you strap to your kid's head to muffle their crying. The website for it claims it quiets the sounds of their cries by 87%. And you can check out this website at babymute.com.
It is fake, but it is a website.
I mean, you can still go look and see how real it seems. So there's a photo of a kid wearing one and another one that shows it in the packaging. The tagline is, "Muzzle your baby during long flights and movie nights." If you try to order, it says they're currently sold out. So the site says a guy named Brad Gross is behind it, and that part is kind of true. And he's a comedian from Canada who posted a link to Instagram on Tuesday. It went viral after someone posted a screenshot on Reddit, and a lot of people who fell for it got angry because it doesn't seem safe and they thought it was cruel.
It is cruel. I mean, look at this.
It looks really bad. The screenshots of it are really poor. But whenever it was talking about muzzle your baby on the plane, I can't help but to think of I don't know if you've seen the Netflix thing with it's I Think You Should Leave. That's the name of the show.
No, I haven't.
And it's a bunch of skit comedy. And there's one, and it's this guy, he's an old guy sitting next to two young people who just got on a plane to go on their honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking, and he starts chipping in, and they're like, do we know you? And he goes, you don't know me, but I know you. And then it kind of makes it a little bit tense and stuff. And he starts talking, and he goes, 40 years ago, I was on a plane. I had saved my money to go and fly to England to see if I can make the people laugh. It was a long flight, and you know what? I got no rest because you were crying on the plane the whole time as a little baby. And he's like, I've remembered you all of this time. And they were like, what are you talking about? And he was like, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make your ride miserable. And so he starts crying.
It is annoying.
To get back at him.
You ever been like in a store, a restaurant, or an airplane with a crying baby? But you know what, Brandon? The site was made with ChatGPT, and the images were used with the AI program. So this AI stuff is starting to mess with people. But I will say, although it's fake, that would look great on you, Brandon. That mouthpiece.
Are you saying you want to muzzle me?
I'm just saying it would suit your eyes and your hair and the hoodie you're wearing today. I think it would look good on you.
Okay.
Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. And according to Brandon, today we need to look towards the sky.
You gotta look, watch out, because NASA says there's a decommissioned satellite that it's pretty heavy. It weighs 660 pounds. It's gonna be falling back to Earth today.
Oh gosh.
And so whenever I say that, you may go, the sky is falling. And to some degree it is, but your chances of getting hit are only 1 in 2,500.
Oh, that's a pretty good chance.
It's a good chance, but it still could crush someone. And it would be a pretty unique way to go. Like I said, it's not very small, but they're hoping most of it burns up in the atmosphere during re-entry. Last we checked, their prediction was it would crash land somewhere around 9:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. But,
so 8 o'clock Eastern.
That's just an educated
Central.
Scientific guess from yours truly. And they said it could come crashing down up to 16 hours before or after that.
Oh, so that time range doesn't really matter.
I'm thinking, personally, it might be a great day to stay inside. I mean,
what if it comes through your roof and hits you?
It's not going to hurt as bad, maybe. Maybe you stay on the second, like the bottom floor of a 2-story place. I don't know, but I'm not somebody that really wants to run the risk of getting smushed by a big satellite.
If it does go through your house and hit you and you die,
that's God. That's God's plan.
It's your time to go.
It's your time.
And when I say good chance, 1 in 2,500, I didn't mean like it's a good chance it will happen. I meant like it's a good chance that it won't happen. It's good for us, right? It's slim chance.
Could this be a good opportunity to like kind of hope and pray it falls in your backyard so that you can get some like insurance money? Maybe it falls on your car. You get a little new car.
Does insurance cover stuff like that?
You think they would, like, if a satellite crushed your car? You
They'd be
think
like,
you're
we don't cover
space junk falling on it. They would have to, right? Like, I feel they have to.
Trust me, they would find a reason to say it's not.
I mean,
covered.
you've got the commercials with, I guess it's farmers, right, where they've got the guy walking through the museum of all of the crazy things that's happened with like the dog turning on the water faucet and
that's
like blowing up the house, and so those commercials. So maybe this is a commercial opportunity. Go park your car outside, leave it somewhere, and just kind of hope and pray. Maybe it's time to get a new one.
Maybe it would hit my truck.
Maybe it would hit your truck. I don't know if it would change the way it looks too much, but
but maybe it could finally be total, and maybe my insurance would give me a little more money.
Ooh, look at this.
You know?
Maybe it's your day.
One could hope. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Happy Tax Day.
Yeah, so taxes is one of those things that we've kind of been talking about for the last week or so because, like we had mentioned previously, you got that kind of built-in extension with the holiday and the long weekend and everything like that. And there's still a lot of people that, despite the extension, have not filed their taxes.
And we say extension, but it was just the way the calendar fell, where you end up having
It was
a little bit more time.
It wasn't like a real extension, but it was kind of.
It was an extension.
Yeah. Don't get me on my vernacular. Nonetheless, 6% of people say that they are going to be doing their taxes tonight.
That's
which
insane.
The last thing that you should probably do is add a deadline to panic about for your taxes, especially if it's involving a lot of money. Because if you owe money, guess what? That money is still due tonight. What do you think about the people that are waiting until tonight
like
to do
Melissa, our very own Melissa, who's
it?
on
Hey,
the
I don't
afternoons.
know why we're calling her out like that.
She's been
but-
talking about it for a month. I don't understand people who procrastinate.
Well, if we're just
like-
talking general procrastinating, I'm very guilty of that.
Really? Because, like, even when I was in school, like, if there's some homework that I had to do or a project, that would literally stay on my mind and, like, weigh me down. Every now and then I'd be like, oh, I still got to do that. Still got to do that. And it bothers me until I get it done. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm just like that. That's just how I
Oh
feel.
my gosh, dude.
So, like, if I know my taxes are due and it's, like, due tonight, I would be losing my mind and stress knowing I still never did it.
I'm learning new things about you
You can,
on a
like,
day-to-day
You can
basis.
like procrastinate a little bit, but I mean,
I am
the night of something being due.
I am Captain Procrastinator.
Really?
Pressure makes diamonds.
pressure.
And so that
I don't like pressure.
my best work is done whenever I am on a tight deadline. Granted, I don't know if I want to be on a tight deadline for my taxes. Nonetheless, it is fairly easy to ask for an extension if you need it, but you don't have too much of an excuse this year.
What's that, Melissa? Oh, she said she's going to put in her extension request.
Is she? Well, dang.
So she can then do it the last second possible
Again,
after the extension
again, and again,
reaches
and
its
again.
deadline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shout out the IRS, I guess.
Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. So, Brandon, what would you rather do, man? Jury duty or doing your taxes?
I've never been to jury duty, and I have somebody that does my taxes. So
That's
I'm going to
a
go ahead and
cop-out.
say taxes. It's
Cop-out.
not a cop-out. It's using your resources.
Cannot blame me, but 49% of people say that they would rather serve on a jury than do their taxes.
See, that surprises me. I'd rather do taxes than have to go do jury duty because you got to leave work, you miss work, you got to go over there, and it's so inconvenient. Luckily, I've never had to do it. Every time they select me, it gets canceled or
I was
whatever.
gonna say I wouldn't know because I haven't had to do it. I've been summoned per se, but they know that I live in a different state and I'm in school, and they know that it would just be an issue. So
free
usually,
pass.
usually it's like it's just a phone call and you explain the situation. And you're like, nah, you're okay.
Nice.
But they're like, we'll get you one day.
I might have to pull that trick.
And
Like,
so-
I'm in school in a different state right now.
22% of people say that they would rather give up intercourse than do their taxes. 10% said that they would clean prison toilets for 3 years rather than do their taxes. And that led to some questions. What would you rather do over doing your taxes? So you tell me,
Are we going to play Would You Rather?
would you rather do your taxes or the second part? Would you
Okay.
rather do your taxes or go through jury duty? We already kind of talked about
Taxes,
that.
yeah.
Would you rather do your taxes or talk to your kids or maybe a nephew or a niece about the birds and the bees?
Probably taxes.
Taxes, okay. Would you rather do your taxes or miss a connecting flight?
Miss a connecting flight because I don't like to fly.
I can't miss a connecting flight, dude. That's so much stress on my life. Oh, I don't like whenever I'm late for flights. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't like to be the last
nerve-wracking.
guy on. Would you rather do your taxes or spend a night in jail?
Taxes for sure.
Okay. Taxes
I'm
or
too pretty for jail, Brandon.
that's fair. Taxes or swim with sharks?
Taxes.
Taxes or drink expired milk?
I might take a gulp of expired
Ew.
milk just to avoid taxes.
Yuck, dude.
It's just a split second.
But you gotta. I feel like you'd be uncomfortable throughout the day because
I
you
probably
get
would
so
be
sick.
Yeah.
Taxes or move to a different country? That one sounds pleasant.
I would do taxes.
What?
Moving to another country.
I'd move
that's-
to another country.
That's a lot of logistical, expensive stuff going on.
It might be nice though. Taxes or get an IRS tattoo?
Taxes for sure. Who would get an IRS tattoo?
I mean, maybe somebody that doesn't want to do their taxes.
Maybe if I don't have to do taxes the rest of my life, I would do the tattoo.
Okay,
But not just
okay.
for one round of taxes.
taxes or stop talking for 6 months.
I'd have to do
That
my
would
taxes.
that would
That's how
kind
I
of ruin
pay
your
my
job.
taxes.
Yeah. Taxes or name a child taxes.
Taxes. I'm not naming a child taxes.
All right. Well, those are all the questions. It sounds like you don't mind doing your taxes.
No, I'd rather not do jury duty, to be honest with you. That's the one I don't really want to do.
Maybe that's what we should have asked.
Probably so. Questions for you. Would you rather jury duty, doing taxes? Let us know. 318-473-0093. You can also send us a DM on the socials at Q93 Alexandria or hit us up online at Q93FM.com.
There's a better way to rent movies. As many as you want for just $20 a month and no late fees. Go to Netflix.com, make a list of the movies you want to see, and in about one business day, you'll get 3 DVDs. Keep them as long as you want, without late fees. Then when you're done, look, prepaid envelopes. Return one, and they'll send you another movie from your list. It's easy.
Netflix. All the movies you want, $20 a month, and no late fees.
Q93 Alexandria is #1 hit music station, and we are mourning the end of an era at Netflix. It's ending its DVD by mail business after 25 years.
I'm getting a little emotional thinking about it,
That
honestly.
was an old commercial we just played.
There's so much nostalgia kept into those memories of waiting for your movies to come in the mail and how excited you were as a kid. I mean, I wasn't around at the beginning of Netflix, but I was around for kind of the very strong hype and strength of the DVD by mail business. I remember that was kind of the only way that you were going to be watching a movie during the weekend is that. And then the Redbox thing started to get into some competition, and they moved to where you could buy that DVD for your Wii or whatever it was, and you could start streaming it. And then you had the birth of streaming. And so now we're seeing the succession of that DVD business, and it's kind of sad.
And physical media is pretty much dying out due to streaming, the popularity of streaming. So you can see why Netflix no longer wants to ship out DVDs. I mean, majority of its business now is just the streaming plans.
I mean, it's, what is it called whenever you're gardening and you prick like off a limb or something to make it grow? I'll think of it in a little bit.
Snip?
But yeah, you snip off part of it so that way it can grow a new limb or something. Right. And it's pruning. They pruned themselves where they had this really nice thing and they pruned that so that way they could move into this new direction. And now Netflix is kind of king, right?
Well, society's always changing, technology, trends, and they're just adapting with the times. It's basically what it is, you know?
And they're going to stop sending out these red envelopes by September 29th, and they will have to be returned by October 27th. So maybe for old time's sake, go ahead, give yourself one last order between now and then. Make sure you return them though, because you want to do your part. And as they are phasing out this new thing, this old thing, they are phasing in a new thing, and they're going to be phasing in their paid sharing plan in the coming weeks, which is a less aggressive way to say that they're cracking down on password sharing. They've already tried it out in other countries, and they're pleased with the results. And Josh, I got to be real. This is why I was asking for that $1, because I need to be able to afford my own Netflix subscription.
You're going to need more than $1,
I'm going to need more than $1. But if I ask you for $1 a day for 20 days, then I've got a month of Netflix.
Look, they're going to give you like 2 accounts or something that you can stream at the same time. They'll be a little lenient with you, but they're not going to let you share your password 6 people.
I don't know. I'm getting nervous.
They're going to crack down. They want their money. I think they came out. They're like losing millions of dollars.
Maybe I can mooch off of your account.
No.
Damn.
I already have people mooching.
You won't even give me $1.
No more mooches. You ain't getting no $1 either. But I'll tell you what, I might just do one more DVD by mail just so I can keep the red envelope. I'm not going to return the DVD. I want the red envelope. I'll sell it on eBay in like 20 years. Make some money. Q93 Alexandria is #1 hit music station because we cover the hard-hitting topics on this morning show. We have breaking news this morning that McDonald's is changing its burgers.
Tell me it ain't so.
Including their Big Mac recipe. They're switching things up over there. Spicy.
So here's where it's interesting for me. I'm not too much of a Big Mac guy. I do like a McDonald's burger, but I'm not a big sauce guy.
I'm with you on that one. It's too much sauce. Yeah.
Sauce in general is just not my thing. And the #1 thing that they're changing is the amount of Big Mac sauce that they're putting on the Big Mac. And it's not less. They're putting more. And a writer for People magazine tried it, and guess what she says? She says it makes it more like a, quote, messy pub burger than a, quote, run-of-the-mill drive-through thing.
I could see that.
So it depends on what kind of speed you're up to. If you like the messy type feel, then this might be perfect for you.
I don't think that'll turn anyone off, though. If you like the Big Mac, you'll like it with more sauce, probably, right?
I guess,
If you didn't like a Big Mac, you probably didn't like it because it had sauce on it, so you're probably not going to order it anyway.
But there are changes to all of their burgers. That was just the big change to the Big Mac. So getting into some of the other changes, they're changing the buns. The buns are going to be softer than before, and McDonald's describes them as, quote, pillowy buns that are freshly toasted to a golden brown. You're selling me on it now.
Some nice moist buns.
That's well written. That's all I got to say. And then the cheese will be meltier. It's not clear if they're changing the type of cheese or just melting it more.
How could cheese be more melty?
I don't know, but I know it's probably those nasty Kraft singles that we've talked about, and it will not be on my burger for all of those that are wondering.
Fingers crossed it's a more quality cheese.
Yeah, but it won't be. The onions are also changing. Instead of tossing them on at the end, they'll add them to the burgers on the grill to create a more caramelized flavor.
Ooh.
I'm not for or against onions for the most part, but this sounds pretty appetizing. It's starting to sell me.
They're making it blend in together.
The first one I wasn't sold, but I'm getting more sold the further down we go. And the changes, like we said, do not just apply to Big Macs. They are also going to be applied to regular hamburgers, cheeseburgers, double cheeseburgers, and McDoubles. So they're revamping a big chunk of their core burger menu. The places they've already rolled out these changes include West Coast cities like Denver, Seattle, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and LA, but they plan to have these changes all rolled out to everywhere by early next year. And probably the most fun part about this is they're using it as a chance to bring back the Hamburglar,
Which
a big
I'm all
part of my
for.
childhood.
Yeah, I'm
Come
all
on.
for that.
And he's not the
ads.
weird, like, human cryptid type thing that they tried to do at one point. He's actually the cartoony character that was kind of fun.
So this will be implemented here in Alexandria in central Louisiana soon. Hopefully that doesn't include a price increase with these new burgers.
Who knows with all this inflation?
I hope the burgers get bigger.
If the burgers inflate, then
because the last time I got one, I was like, it's not as good as it used to be, and it was kind of small. Like
well, whenever we were kids, it was special, right?
Yeah, but even a few years ago, man, I used to get a quarter pounder.
That just means you're growing up, Josh.
Maybe so. I'm getting bigger, and the burgers are getting smaller. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. It turns out Gen Zers hate voice memos, or rather they hate phone calls. They prefer voice memos as they are getting more popular with young people. That's when you send an audio clip over text. They're also called voice texts or voice notes or just audio messages. They're more personal than text because you can actually hear the person, and in like a phone call, you don't have to respond right away. You can just respond when you want to.
Yeah, I don't want to sound unopinionated, but for the most part, I think that these are somewhat the same deal, where I like to sit on the phone, and if I need something from you, I'm going to give you a call first. I think that that's more appropriate, it's more timely, but I'm also of the same nature where if I get a phone call and I'm not ready to answer it, I'm just not going to. And that's the point of the voice memo, is you send them a voicemail through text. That's technically what it is.
It really is.
I don't understand where the whole notion of, I don't like voicemails. Well, you're just sending voicemails back and forth. That's all it is. So the thing about Gen Z, my generation, I guess, everything is so confusing. Nothing is black and white. It's always in the gray. There's no truth it's so odd.
You're right about the voicemail thing. I didn't think about that. It's almost like they're trying to reinvent something that's really not new at all. Like just to say it's hip and current,
You've got to set your own trend. You got to do your own thing, right? But it says 62% of us have sent an audio message before. I think I can go ahead and say that should probably be rounded up to almost 100%. I think everybody's sent an audio message. Have you sent one?
I think I may have sent one. I do it a lot of times by accident.
That's what I was going to say. I think everyone's at least sent one by accident, and 30% of people use them at least once a week. I wouldn't say I use it once a week. I'm probably closer to maybe twice a month.
Oh, really?
I don't use it a lot, and so that's just on your text messaging. But WhatsApp, which is super popular as well, over 7 billion voice memos are sent every day.
That's a lot. You know, I'm not the right person to be talking about this, though, because I was very late to the text messaging game. I remember being on my mom's plan. I was super young, and my brother, he was on my parents' plan still, and he would send a lot of text messages, and I was like, good gosh, you know? And she's like, I guess I need to sign up for this text plan to make it cheaper or whatever. And I was like, who does text? I never send text. And then it took me a couple of years, and I was like, okay, now I'm a texter. I don't make phone calls either. So eventually, I guess I'll hop on the voice memos train.
It's not that cool of a train, though. You mentioned whenever you first started texting.
Yeah.
What phone did you have?
Probably I had a Razor, the silver
Those were
Razor,
so nice, dude. Oh
Razor.
my gosh. My first phone was one of those side, like, push-up ones where the keyboard pops out.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I felt so fancy. I would just type away on that thing.
Texting wasn't as fun on the Razor, though, because you actually had to type on the numbers. Didn't have a keyboard on it.
Yeah.
And you had to, it's 3 letters on a button, and it sucked.
Now they made it too easy.
Yeah.
Now they made it to where you can just send voicemails
Yeah.
to each other.
It's true. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. We're going to vent a little bit here. If you have a newer model vehicle, they have all these safety features now implemented in them. Thankfully, I still have an old beat-up truck from 2012 that don't have all this stuff.
Yeah, and I've never been in a new car.
Shut up. That's not what I meant. So, I don't know if I ever want to get a new car with all these features because I hate all these safety features. My mother has a car that has all this, and every time I drive her car, I just want to scream. One of those being the, what do we call it, the cruise control. So mine is real simple. You press on and set, and you're good. Never have any issues the rest of the time you're driving. Hers, you got to press about 3 different things, and you have to reset it every single time you break your cruise, and it drives me insane.
Cruise control is the lazy river of driving. It is I think it's the peak. It is the apex, the best part of driving. If I'm going 30 or if I'm going 80, it's on cruise control.
I love cruise.
I love it. Everyone loves it. And so making that more difficult makes me a little upset. Gotta admit. And I'm sorry to break the news, but I have been in a new car before. And my family has newer cars, and they let me drive them whenever I'm home. And one of the features of the new cars that I really do not like is the lane assists. I do not like the lane assist. The moment it sees one of those flashes of white for those middle lines or something of that nature,
your butt vibrates.
It's gonna send you through the walls. It feels like you're going to get ejected out of the seat.
And here in Louisiana, there's so many potholes. You're probably trying to avoid the potholes, and you're going into the white line, and your car's beeping like crazy. And I'm like, dude, it's Louisiana. I'm just trying to avoid all the holes in the road.
We need Arnold Schwarzenegger out here to fix these holes. Did you see that story?
I did not.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah, he would go fill it up by
Yeah.
himself. That's awesome. Brake assist. You bring up lane assist. I'm going to say brake assist because there could be the space between me and the next car in front of me the size of an 18-wheeler, and my car is slamming the brakes on my mother's car. And I'm like, why are you stopping on your own? You're going to cause a wreck. Now, there is a setting where you can adjust the sensitivity, but still, it's annoying as heck.
So
don't break my cruise.
Maybe the bigger issue is you're not a good enough driver, and it's trying to keep you safe.
I don't need it to keep me safe.
Personally, I have driven a lot of cars with brake assists, and it's
it's
never gone off on me because I drive pretty safe.
What?
So maybe Josh, maybe we need to have a discussion about you taking defensive driving and getting you back in the saddle.
No, man. I will say, too, they have this sports mode feature that one of our sales reps here, Teresa, I went in her new vehicle one time, and she was like, let me show you all these things. And she was like, they even got a sports feature. I want to throw up in her car. I could not get back to the station fast enough. I was like, I got to get out of here.
Oh, wait, the sports mode didn't get you here quickly?
No, well, she was going fast, but
Yeah.
it was all the jerking, and I was just the curves. I was just nauseous. I was like, get me out of here.
Well, maybe we should stick to our old cars.
I'm sticking to my old truck. I'm gonna be driving it with all
And
tore up
maybe
forever.
one day somebody will let me sit in their new car.
Shut up, Fred.
Let me dream.
You know, you're from Texas, right? You're here in Louisiana. I just assumed
You
that's the
assume
only
that in
car.
Texas they don't have
No,
new cars.
that's not what I'm saying. We're moving on. You're horrible. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. We're going to vent a little bit because people on social media have been talking about things that really they don't have patience for anymore. Brandon, anything stick out to you?
Yeah, let me just vent a little bit. Here's some of the things that I don't have any more patience for, and I don't want to have to deal with it. Waiting on people who are constantly late to plans. That is not my style. I do not like being late. I don't want you to be the reason I'm late. I'm not going to be the reason we're late.
Brandon, that is music to my ears.
I can't do it.
I cannot stand someone who is habitually late and is a procrastinator. Just is late.
Well, I procrastinate a little bit. I'm not going to say.
I think we all procrastinate a little bit. But like the late thing really
a little bit
me.
might be a little. I procrastinate a lot. Pressure makes diamonds. Remember?
Like if you tell me we're going to meet up at 5, don't make me wait till 5:30 for you to show up.
Yeah, my procrastinating does not bleed into my plans.
Because some people that are like that, they're also procrastinators.
Fair enough. How about this? I really have no patience for anything that has influencer in it. If you are just my buddy and I see that you put influencer in your bio, guess what? You're unfollowed now because you're not that popular, bro.
What about a social media content creator? That's the new thing too. Everybody can be an influencer and everybody can be a content creator. Like, get out of here, bro.
I mean, it's kind of like that whole blue checkmark thing. Why are you buying a blue checkmark? I know Elon Musk is paying for it for some people because a blue tick means nothing to me. Influencer means nothing to me. Just saying that, let's not even play the game. How about slow Wi-Fi? I have no patience for that. I'm just going to use my cellular data.
Yeah, I will. And what about slow computers? Have you ever been on like a slow Windows computer that just doesn't move and then you just hear it like churning or that drives me crazy.
Our cell phones could have sent the space shuttle into the moon. What is it? Is it NASA? Yeah.
SpaceX?
Yeah. No, not SpaceX, but whenever they did the first moon landing, I know that what the computer that we have in our phone right now, it's just as powerful, if not more, than what they used to get the first moon landing to happen.
Oh, I can't speak on that because I don't know if that's fake news or not.
It's not fake news. Look it up. And then another thing, probably the last thing that I have no patience for is adults who act like high school kids. I love a silly goose time. I am a silly goose through and through. But you've got to know when to straighten it out.
And I would throw in kids who act like silly kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So let us know what are some. So some of the things that you have no patience for. I know some people might say like the outrage culture that we live in these days, where everybody's always looking for that next thing to get upset about, and go off of. So let us know, 318-473-0093. You can also shoot us a DM on the socials or send us a message through Q93FM.com. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Tax day is tomorrow. And even though you must file your taxes, some Americans, Brendan, you were saying, are cool with lying to Uncle Sam. You can't lie to Uncle Sam.
Come on, we're going to lie to Mr. Sam.
Everyone's favorite uncle, Uncle Sam.
Well, here's the deal. There was a poll on morality, and the superstar section of this poll was definitely the taxes one because it is the most relevant to what we've got going on right now. Like you said, tomorrow is tax day, and a lot of people are okay with lying. And I mean, it's kind of blowing me away. Only 52% of people said that cheating on your taxes is always immoral. 27% of people said it's, quote, sometimes immoral. And 10% of people said lying on your taxes is never immoral. Women are more likely to think fudging numbers is immoral, and the demographic that is most likely to cheat on their taxes is conservative men between the ages of 30 and 44 who make more than $100,000 per year. The rich get richer, and gosh, man, lying about your taxes, I know that some people do it, but I mean, especially if you're making over $100,000 a year.
Well, I mean, you can lie all you want, but eventually
they're going to get you.
The day will
They're
come.
going to get you. The day of reckoning will come.
Yes, and you owe a lot of money.
Yeah, and so this poll, like we said, it is on morality. And there were a couple other things that they polled on, but some of the more interesting ones were sharing passwords for a streaming service. 23% of people believe it's always immoral to do so, which kind of strikes me a little bit odd because everyone I know shares passwords
Yeah,
for
but
that.
if you think about it, is it really the right thing to do? Because instead of this company getting paid from another subscription, you're sharing your password so they don't have to pay. So this company, which spends millions of dollars on content, is losing money.
You make a good case.
It's really stealing a service, basically.
Nonetheless, you get a couple accounts on those services, though. So as long as you're not going beyond the certain amount of accounts and devices and stuff, I think it should be okay.
Yeah, and they kind of give you a limit. I say 2, maybe 3, but some people, they share with their mama, their baby daddy. Like
Guilty.
Everybody in their
Guilty as
circle.
charged.
And it's kind of wrong if you think about it.
Speeding, 20% of people believe it's always immoral. 18% think it's never immoral. Yikes. Be careful on those roads.
It is, and I don't do it because every time I speed, I get caught. Every time. I can go 1 mile over the speed limit, and there will be a cop right there waiting for me.
And then the last but not least, I just thought it was interesting. Eating meat, 59% of people think it's never immoral, but 7% of people believe it's always immoral. That's an interesting number for me.
What about downloading content illegally on the internet? Was that on there?
It was on there. I believe it says that 38% of people say it's always immoral, but 11% of people think it's never immoral. That's interesting.
That ain't
because
right, man. Pay for your content. People,
they had it on all those. They had it on all those DVDs whenever you were growing up. It's like, this is you if you steal movies.
They give a warning, but it doesn't matter. Pay for your content, man.
Pay for it.
I never did any of that, but what do I know? So let us know if you feel a certain way about any of these things. 318-473-0093. You can also shoot us a DM on the socials. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station.
Crazy criminal.
Isn't that neat? Look at that. We've got an intro now. Play it again.
Crazy
Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for your crazy criminal.
So Brandon can talk bad about me on air all he wants, but I do things for him.
He does. He's a very nice guy. I like to pull his leg whenever we're on air, but we're besties. Anyways, our crazy criminal today, Buffalo Wild Wings employee. She didn't really want to go to work, so what did she do? She called in a shooting threat, a fake one. A 21-year-old woman in New York named Jalen Moda was recently hired by Buffalo Wild Wings. She didn't want to go to work last weekend, so she hatched a really dumb plan. She sent text messages to random people claiming that someone was going to shoot up that Buffalo Wild Wings location. She said it'd be... That is true. She is a crazy criminal. She said it'd be a massacre and lots of people are going down. This is really bad. Like, this is a really graphic and a really intense thing to just be like, I don't want to go to work. Let me do a very criminal activity.
It could have been a lot easier probably just to go to work.
Yeah. I mean, you could have just gone to work or quit, you know?
Or call in sick.
Yeah. Those are all valid options other than threatening people's lives. But, you know, she knew people would believe her and warn the restaurant because, unfortunately, this kind of thing happens all the time in America. But she should have known that they'd also call the police, who could easily trace the messages back to her. Jalen was arrested. She is a crazy criminal. Golly, Jalen was arrested and is looking for up to 5 years in prison. Play it again, because, God, she is a crazy criminal.
Thanks for listening to the Best of the Morning Q Crew podcast. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. on Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss the best moments from the show each week.